running out of water, food and hope. Human rights groups say that's the situation facing nearly 600 men who were detained at Australia's offshore detention centre on Manus Island until it closed on Tuesday. Now they're refusing to leave, saying they've been abandoned with nowhere safe to go.
They send us by force to this island and have kept us in this prison camp for more than 4 years. It is enough, and we are not going to leave this detention centre.
It's yet another blow for the reef, which is still recovering from devastating coral bleaching in 2016 and 17. And scientists say it could get worse. New research shows mass coral bleaching events caused by ocean warming are happening far more frequently than in the past, undermining the reef's ability to recover. The semi-trailer was carrying more than 50 tonnes of ammonium nitrate when it rolled off a bridge at Wyandra. Rescue crews were trying to extract the driver from the vehicle, and that's when they found out that there was ammonium nitrate inside. From there, they made a mad dash back up towards the fire truck, and that's when the explosions occurred. Now, inspectors tell us that it's that slight 1.5 metre rise between where the truck rolled under the bridge to where the crews were standing that ultimately saved their lives.
Alyse, you've had a first-hand look at the site. What's it like?
Yes, well, Matt, walking into that explosion zone, it's absolutely devastating in there. It's hard to believe that anything like this happened. It honestly looks like a bomb has hit it. The impact from that blast has actually ripped the leaves from trees, and the shrubbery around the area is just flattened. Now, that debris stretches about 2 kilometres away from where that initial explosion occurred, and there's bits of gloves and medical kits, animal bones strewn across the area. The bridge itself has been destroyed, and that truck is absolutely incinerated. Now, it's hard to believe that anyone actually walked away from there alive, and that's what they did. We've been told that after that explosion occurred, they picked themselves up and they walked back up the road and out of that explosion zone. The government is determined to power ahead with development of the multi-billion-dollar industry. By 2018, these cargo ships will become a common sight in the Gladstone Harbour. That's when all 3 projects are expected to reach peak production, exporting more than 300 loads of LNG to Asia every year. The government says it's an obvious win for the economy, but the human costs are less clear. Their Great Keppel Island captains have been clinging to the dune face for months. He's still hoping to salvage them. A mammoth repair job is underway, and tourists are starting to trickle back. Even before the cyclone, the island was struggling to attract the tourists it once had. A $600 million resort development has been put on hold until it can get international investors. And meanwhile, the remaining accommodation providers are desperately trying to convey the message that the island is still open for business. At Family Planning Queensland, workers speak to up to 800 people about FGM every 6 months.
Especially the newly arrival people, where they still believe in that practice. And I found like most of my bilingual educators doing a lot of work just to cover the needs.
All in the hope that another generation of girls won't be made to suffer. And after all this, the Alaskan soldiers will only spend 2 days on the ground meeting their Australian counterparts before making the 17-hour journey back home. But with newfound friendships and an even stronger commitment to keep the region safe. Alyse Edwards, ABC News, Shoalwater Bay.